Hi guys, we're the Jacuzzi Girls. I'm Jania,
I'm Asel.
and welcome to our show.
I don't know if anyone's noticed, but we have microphones now, so we're professional.
Yeah, we're professional podcasters now.
It's the real deal.
Yeah,
So basically, Johnny and I are going to do a pop culture roundup every month. And obviously, we just had March, so we're going to talk about all the biggest current events in pop culture for the month of March. Do you want to go over the topics that we're going to talk about today?
yeah. So as Stella said, we wanted to do a pop culture roundup because both of us love pop culture and I feel like know way too much about it.
Yeah.
So might as well put our information to good use and share it. And we will also be reviewing Bridgerton season 2.
But that is pop culture, I feel like.
Yeah, it is pop culture, but we
It's
are
part of
reviewing
it.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because I think month of March, the biggest things were the Oscars, obviously. We have
They were the
Kardashian-
Grammys. Yeah.
The Grammys were actually in April. They just happened.
Yeah, they were in
on
April,
Sunday.
yeah.
We can redo it next month.
Yeah.
But so basically, we're going to talk about some celebrity hot gossip for the month of March, the Oscars, and obviously Bridgerton came out in March. If you still haven't seen season 2, then what are you doing with your life? Anyways,
What's true is true. Anyways, we wanted to start out with the Oscars, right?
yeah.
So, I guess my first question is, have you watched the Oscars this year?
No, and I have not watched the Oscars in years. This is why, like, I really do think the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing might be a PR stunt, just because I don't think anyone has cared about the Oscars in the last 5 years until this year because of that slap.
Exactly. And, I was thinking about it just now before we started. I was like, when was the last time I watched the Oscars? And I think I watched the Oscars when Leonardo DiCaprio won the Oscar. And then that's it. I did not turn on the Oscars again in my life. I'm like, okay, he got it. So why was everybody so obsessed with him getting it? Like, now I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, whatever. When was the last time he produced a movie? The Netflix one with Jennifer Lawrence. What was it called?
You mean he starred in it, or did he produce in it too?
He starred in it. No, I mean like produces in like which one did he star in? I think that
Oh my
was the
God,
last one.
It's the one about the apocalypse, and they're playing.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't get that movie. I tried. I just stopped watching. I was like,
too.
I don't get it.
Oh my God, I thought I was the only one because
I didn't get it. People are like, it's genius, Timothy Chalamet improvised. And I'm like, improvised what? I don't get what the movie's about.
Dude, same. I literally started and I was like, I really tried, by the way, I was like, okay, and I think I tried maybe 3 or 4 times to start it and finish it, but I just lost the plot and I just like, what are they doing? Like, I think after like an hour and a half, I would almost always sleep. Like, at some point,
I mean, the cast is amazing. Like Meryl Streep, Jonah Hill, Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio, Timothy Chalamet. I think there's like other famous people in it. But like, what was the point of that movie? Like,
Yeah.
I didn't get it. I did not finish it. I don't know what happened. I don't care. But yeah, that was the last, I think, thing Leonardo DiCaprio did that came out, I think.
Yeah.
But about the Oscars, yeah. So I agree. I think the last time I watched the Oscars was when he won. And ever since then, I feel like it's just been so anticlimactic. It's like, who cares? And I kid you not, I used to know who was nominated for which category. And then after a certain point, I just stopped caring. And this year, I literally didn't know that the Oscars happened until I woke up the next day and Daily Mail was like, Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. And I was like,
By the way,
okay.
same. Because of the time difference, I wasn't even aware that it was happening until the day after. And I woke up in the morning and I was scrolling through TikToks. Like, it's so bad because how all of these like whatever like self-help like guides like tell you not to use your phone within the first hour of waking up, but like
I
it's so bad 'cause,
completely
like,
disagree with that, by the way, but okay.
no, because like I immediately open my phone and like go on like I think I like want to check all notifications and I go on TikTok and I'm just scrolling in bed on TikTok my first thing in the morning. So I don't know how good that is for my brain, but the point is that yeah, I saw Chris Rock like and Will Smith stuff and I was like interesting, and that's like if we're being honest, like what I saw is only from Instagram, like photos, and I watched the snippet of him hitting
Same.
Chris Rock on YouTube, and that's it. Like, that's all Oscars is gonna get from me.
Okay, but so tell me, like, PR or not PR?
Oh, I don't think it's PR. I think that I'm just so okay. Well, in terms of Oscars, I guess that's like our main plot that we're gonna discuss. But I'm just so over Jada Pinkett Smith. I think
Okay.
she just disrespects. She does not respect Will Smith. But I think in some twisted way, that's why he's like cannot let go of her because he's like, like men have this thing sometimes. I don't know what goes on, and he's like, oh, but like, I don't know if it's a men thing actually. Maybe it's a human thing where it's like some people they might get disrespected by their partner, but they'll just keep being in it because they're like, whatever. And yeah, I think actually initially he was laughing, and then as soon as he saw her face like not being happy, he was like, oh, I have to go defend her. But also, she's such a like contradicting herself. She has this like red table talk, and like she does this entire show about being woke and like coming into your own and like finding happiness and confidence within. And she actually, she talked about alopecia before, but she did say that she doesn't mind it, as like she already accepted it and whatever. Like, so why are you so hurt by a joke?
I agree. I also think, I used to think it was PR, but then I found out more, and I think, not that I found out like secret information, it was more like researching. Like, I sent it to you. I did not know Chris Rock and Jada Pinkett Smith were in Madagascar together.
So funny. Yeah, I know.
Like, that's so weird. And so I think for sure they've had like some kind of feud ongoing. Like, it's not like, I think they know each other pretty well, probably, right? And they have some kind of ongoing feud. And you know how Jada Pinkett Smith has had those rumors about like her marriage floating around. So I think Will Smith is just extra sensitive about his wife. And so I think whatever Chris Rock said just hit a nerve and he lost it. Also, maybe he was like drinking a lot. I mean, maybe like it was a party, it was the Oscars. Maybe he just drank a lot, got triggered, and went and just slapped the shit out of him.
Interesting. Yeah, there might be more to the story than we know. But what I will say is that I don't think it's okay to comment on a woman's appearance and make a joke out about it in general, actually.
Okay, I'll disagree with you on that, but okay.
No, because I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, let's say if I was at the Oscars, and, okay, you can make a joke maybe about my relationship, like what movies I've been in, or like, I don't know, like, who's gonna win what Oscar, but if you make a joke about the way I look, like being like, oh, like, your eyebrows, or like, your eyes, or like, your hair, like, I think I'd be like, why do you have to make that, like, don't make a joke about women's physical appearance on freaking like live TV on like one of the biggest events of the year,
I think I actually disagree. I don't know. I think maybe it's just like I don't know. Maybe I
like
have
how often do you hear jokes though from comedians making fun of a woman's appearance, like from a man's side, Don't you think that's a bit like?
I mean, to be fair,
weird?
I just think that when you're a comedian, though, like you take certain risks.
Yeah.
And I think
of
that,
course.
and I think what's not right is that yes, like a joke you can have bad jokes, right? Like it happens. But I think if every comedian that does like a mean joke is gonna be basically assaulted now, like that sets a really bad precedent.
That's what I was about to also mention. Like, a lot of the comedians are like kind of triggered by that and like traumatized. Like Amy Schumer literally wrote that she was still like traumatized from what happened because it makes sense. Obviously, I agree with the like general consensus that nowadays comedians cannot even joke anymore because somebody will be sensitive about something. And I do agree that like he was just trying to make. Also, like I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about how like being a host of like the Grammys or the Oscars is such a like not a rewarding job because no matter what you do, people are gonna like have something to say against your job, like your performance, how you did it. I don't think they even do they get paid for it. I have no idea. But the point is that they don't even get to enjoy themselves. They go to these events and like they have to like entertain everybody and like make jokes and stories and etc. And I'm sure like he was just trying his best to make jokes and like set the vibe right.
Yeah.
So I do understand comedians being like scared a little bit because with humor, I think humor in general to like make jokes and stuff, you have to have
You take a
certain
risk.
kind of, yeah, you have to have a certain kind of character to being like, okay, like I'm sorry, like most jokes actually, if you think about it, could be interpreted as offensive.
Yeah, anything can be interpreted as offensive.
Exactly. So I do agree on that stance. So, okay, but would you, first of all, if Jada did not give Will Smith the best night of his life after like that stunt, I'll literally be like, you are ungrateful. But second of all, I don't think it was a PR stunt. I think it was real. But do you think that it was right what he did, or he should not have done that?
Who, Will Smith?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously not. I think like physical. You know, you and I have talked about it. When you physically touch somebody,
Yeah.
without their consent,
Yeah. That's like assault.
that is when you become like a boor. You know, like it's like I
Yeah.
don't know, it's heathen behavior. Like you cannot express yourself in any other way, so you resort to violence. Like Will Smith, I'm telling you, I think Will Smith either had too much to drink or he was really, really triggered or both because like he could have had this conversation after
Yeah.
with Chris Rock.
Yeah. I agree. So
He could have like waited. He didn't have to like literally stand up, come up, slap him, and then go and get an Oscar after. Like it was just awkward. The whole thing was awkward and weird, and I thought it was a PR stunt at first, but then I'm telling you, I kind of saw that they were in Madagascar together, and I read that Will Smith and Chris Rock didn't like each other for a long time. So there's just like history there, and I think it was just really triggering for Will.
But also, even in his acceptance speech, how Denzel told him, like, at your highest peaks, the devil comes out. And how he was like, I don't know. I really think it was not a PR stunt. I think it was just like genuine.
I don't
like,
think
emotions.
so anymore either.
Yeah, I can totally see. But
do you think he should lose
because
the Oscar? Do you think he should lose the Oscar?
no, I don't think he should lose the Oscar. I think it was just like an emotional outburst, and like, it's not about. He got the Oscar for his performance in a movie as an actor. Whatever
Yeah.
his emotional outbursts were and the physical aggression should, if you want to be handled, it should be handled in the court of law, like whatever, like whoever, like if Chris Rock wants to like press charges, whatnot, it should not be concerning with the Oscars as well. And he did issue an apology, being like, "I'm sorry, whatever,"
Yeah.
to the institution, but yeah,
don't
because
you-
I know a lot of people who were thinking that what Will Smith did was right, as in like he defended his wife and that was the right thing to do. But
Dude, the whole audience like applauded for him. Like people were laughing and saying how amazing what he did was.
I think that when this kind of stuff happens, like you don't even know how to react, you know?
Yeah, I don't think people processed it properly because
Like,
you know it's
sorry,
like, really
yeah.
against the woke culture that they preach.
Exactly. So it's like, but you know, like even the fact that by the way, I think that even the fact that he came up to him and was able to react that quickly to hit him is like, everything is like happening like this. Like you don't
Yeah.
understand what's going on, you know? Like people are probably applauding because they're like, wait, what just happened, you know? Like, and that's what I was actually asking some guys, whatever, around, being like, so would you hit Chris Rock if that happened, you know, at whatever, if he said or made a joke about your girlfriend or wife? And they were saying how, like, honestly, they would not be able to react that fast in the moment, you know? And I wouldn't either, frankly. I'd be, like,
Yeah.
laughing, and then after that, I'd be like, "Pote chichika." Like, wait a minute, that was a little offensive, or, like, that was hurtful. And then I
Yeah.
would spiral about it afterwards, being like, "Oh, Brian, I should have said this, or I should have done this." Because
Yeah.
I'm actually, like, I don't react that fast in the moment when somebody does if I do feel offense, especially if, like, it's supposed to be a joke and everybody's laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the fact that Will Smith even reacted that fast, maybe he was drunk, you know? Maybe he was like, or maybe his emotions were just already running so high and he was like,
Yeah. Well,
nervous.
he probably was really nervous because he was going to also be announced whether he won or not. So he was
Yeah.
probably really nervous as well for that. But I think what you're saying is so true because immediately after it happened, Chris Rock issued a statement that he was not pressing charges, like really fast. And it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I
Yeah.
think maybe, he also just didn't process everything properly.
Yeah, 100%. It's just everything is like, and then but even like the day after when I saw it happen,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think about it myself. The fact that we can talk about it now is because we like spent some time thinking about it, being like, okay, how do I feel about it? Versus, let's say, if we recapped it the day after, my opinion might have been completely different. Maybe I wouldn't even have considered comedians. Maybe I wouldn't have considered like what his emotions might have been, whatever.
Yeah. What about the outfits of the Oscars? What about Kravis?
So, from the outfits I've seen, I think in general everybody always looks stunning. But to be honest, like,
But again, I feel like
Okay.
they've lost that sparkle. Like, I'm not that excited to look anymore.
but don't you think it's the same thing with Grammys? Like with Grammys, I'm also not that interested anymore. Like before, I
Maybe.
think I would know more.
Yeah.
But nowadays, also nowadays I don't have like, maybe the pandemic ruined it too because we don't go to the cinema as often anymore. Or I don't know, like I don't follow like before, for example, I would be like looking forward to a movie coming out, being like, oh, these actors will be there. It's gonna be good. Now I don't know what movies are coming out. I just like if I see a movie that like looks cool, I'll just go to it and that's it. Like I don't.
I think
look
it's
forward to
also
stuff like that anymore.
Instagram. Because, like, you know, like, you used to, like, look at magazines because you were genuinely curious what the star is going to wear. But now, if
Yeah.
you follow them, you're like, oh, I'll see it anyways on Instagram. Whatever.
Yeah, it's like it's not a big deal anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, sorry, I agree with you. Did you? I mean, like out of the outfits that I saw, I just saw that on Instagram, and I don't think I processed many of them. Have you?
So I saw some. I think people looked better at the Vanity Fair after party that people go to than they did at the Oscars.
Yeah, yeah, that is
like,
true.
I don't know. It's a weird conundrum. But I think at the Oscars, I think I liked what Lupita Nyong'o wore. She wore this really cool sequin gold dress. Just because I feel like she did it right. She was over the top, not weird, dressed up, and it was like a very Oscar-worthy dress. Like she looked appropriate for the Oscars. Because some people looked too plain, some people looked weird. She looked great. She looked appropriate, celebratory, loved it. And then I think my worst dressed is probably Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know if Will Smith is going to come slap me, but yeah, I don't know what the hell she was wearing.
Yeah, like Will Smith, if you're hearing this, it was just like our opinions don't matter.
Yeah, it was her outfit.
Yeah, it was not her.
It was not her.
So I was also listening to this podcast and people were reviewing the outfits. And they were saying how it's actually not a bad thing to review the outfits because it's not like you're shitting on the person or you're shitting on how they look, like as in like their like, actual physical. It's just the dress itself was not that great.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay to like, it's like art, you know, it's okay for us to like a painting or like a song or whatever. Like, it just, same thing with fashion. I think it's a piece of art. We can say if we like it or not. Yeah, I agree. I don't like Jada's outfit either.
Besides, like, these celebrities are dressed by stylists and designers, so they didn't even choose it sometimes.
Exactly. And,
But I know you wanted to talk about Kravis because they were there. You know that Kourtney's the first Kardashian to go to the Oscars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they stood out. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, I've never maybe seen them before. But they did go to the Vanity Fair Oscar party.
Yeah, but to the actual Oscars, only Kourtney has ever been because Travis was performing.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Lucky her, I guess. Although, like, for the first time going to Oscars, I will say that I think that her dress was, like, the worst dressed kind of situation. I don't know what she wore. Like,
it was like the silver.
It was just like not flattering. Like, I'm sorry, but like,
yeah,
it is what it is. But what do you think? I'm actually curious now. What do you think about their couple as a whole?
I think it's like PR well done. I think it's PR done to the like max. And not in the terms like it's a fake relationship. It's not. It's a real relationship. But I think they have their, personal brand as a couple locked down now. Like they're the emo king and queen, right? Like the punk rock.
Yeah.
And we might not like some of what she's wearing but it's like it's their brand now, like her husband is like, well, because I guess Travis is her husband now. He's like the king of punk rock and she's his queen.
do you think that I agree with you? They did do a really good publicity, like, around their relationship, but I'm a bit tired of it, to be honest. Like, who, like, I think that nowadays they overplay it a little bit just because they've already, maybe initially, you know, like, they were obsessed with each other. They would, like,
Yeah.
jump on each other and just be up, like, really into each other. But now it's like, are you, like, which part of it is, are you acting it up for the cameras, and which part of it is actually genuine? Like, I'm sure they still love each other, etc.
Yeah.
But it's just a bit much. And
What did
no,
you
I'm
think
not-
of the Vegas wedding that they just
Yeah,
had?
I was about to go on that topic. So, wait, I don't think, okay, obviously kiss whoever you want, do whatever you want, but I'm just tired of it. I don't think it's like, oh my God, Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian. I'm like, okay, cool.
Do you mean the
Nowadays,
PDA? Do you mean like, are you tired
Yeah,
of the
the
PDA,
PDA.
or just their
Yeah.
like emo thing?
No, the PDA. I don't mind their emo thing. I'm like, if you do you, you know?
Right.
But the PDA, I'm just like, like, are you not tired of yourselves? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I guess the new couple that people are discussing now are Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian.
I think that is a PR relationship. I mean, it's cute. I think it is a PR relationship in that it is really staged, because I think Kim saw how well Kourtney and Travis have this like thing going on, and how like it's like
Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly as well.
yeah. And you know, Kim is a very smart businesswoman, so I think she was like, I need a punky, emo, cute boyfriend as well, because it's the new thing.
Have you seen Pete though? Like, you think that?
I mean, have you
Immediately,
seen
no.
Travis?
No, Travis, but at least Travis is like proper like punk rock, you know, like with his tattoos
Yeah.
and everything everywhere. Like, you can see that. Pete, I don't think he's like I don't think he's on the same vibrations as I think MG Machine Gun Kelly and Travis Barker are a bit more punk rock because they're musicians.
Okay,
Pete is
yeah.
a comedian.
Pete is not a punk rock. You know how I would categorize those guys? I think they're called e-boys, emo boys.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
It's like, you know, Lil Huddy is also an e-boy.
So,
It's that type of guy.
I don't know who Lil Huddy is.
Well, clearly you're not young and not on TikTok.
Exactly. But I am young and I am on TikTok, so what I want to say is I read recently that Kim, North and Pete met for the first time recently, and like Kim introduced them.
Is this
and I
credible?
really think, yeah, there's photos of them.
Oh,
And
okay.
I really think that Kim would not do that unless she was serious about the person. And like in general, I don't think she would.
She
show
does
him-
strike me as a good mom.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah, exactly. As a mom, and she would not just like introduce her kids to a PR fling stunt
Right.
if it wasn't actually real. And you know what? Like Pete Davidson, that man is just built different. I don't know how he needs to. If he ever taught a course on how to get girls, like every guy in the world should sign up, because even like remember when he first was dating Ariana Grande and everybody was like so shocked, but like you think that he could not top that, but he's literally dating like a billionaire Kardashian, like who's the
Yeah.
OG Kardashian basically. Like what on this earth?
I don't know. I think it's sweet. I think it's a PR relationship. I think so. Like, I think she likes him, but I think it is a bit staged.
Yeah.
Just because Travis and Kourtney, I think, are more genuine, just because they were friends for like 10 years before they started dating.
Yeah, weren't
like-
they neighbors as well?
Yeah. Like, they had a lot in common. But yeah, I don't know. I think these e-boys are having their moment, and I'm into it. I think it's like the era of emotionally intelligent, sensitive men.
Yeah. No, I do. And also, frankly, I'm sorry, but like Kim and Kourtney and Megan, they all look so happy. So
Yes,
why not? Like,
I
you do
agree.
you.
I agree.
Wait, well, we want to touch upon the Vegas wedding. I mean, honestly, I'm a bit tired of them as a couple. So when I heard that, I was like, no, okay. No, I heard that that's not their last wedding. Like, as in, like, they will have
They don't
a
have
proper
a
wedding.
like a license or something, so it's technically they're not legally married.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. You know what? When they said, "Oh, it's not, we don't have a license," that just made it anticlimactic for me. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so you had like a ceremony in Vegas? Cool. Like at this point, just get married. Like stop
Literally.
teasing people around. This is not cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Courtney is living for that attention, though.
I don't think she's ever gotten this much attention. I'm not
That's
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying. She never got this much attention, so I think that she's living for this kind of attention too.
Yeah.
Because the kind of attention they're getting is mainly positive, you know? They're like, oh, they're obsessed with each other, they love each other, I'm so happy
And
for
people,
her. Like,
idolize her
Courtney's,
now.
yeah, and they're like, Courtney's glowing. She's so
Yeah.
like this and that. And it's like, yeah, I mean, also, I think people idolize her because she, like, I guess, went a little bit against the status quo of what she would
Yeah.
usually do. And, like,
Found her
Travis-
happiness.
yeah, and found her happiness. So
No,
I
people love a
definitely
happy
think-
ending.
I definitely think that they, like, that couple in particular, okay, like, calm down. They might be over milking it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe because like you and I don't know. I just in general think PDA is gross
Yeah.
on anybody. So like, yeah, I'm over
That
it. But
is
maybe there's
fair.
some people who like it, and I don't know, whatever. Do you know the name of Kylie Jenner's baby? I'm so confused.
I don't know. Oh, I don't know the name. I just know that it's not Wolf anymore.
I'm like that also they've like are really milking it, and it's getting on my nerves. I'm like, no
Yeah.
one cares. Like at this point, just tell us the name.
There was there was like I was also listening to this other podcast, and they were talking about how we should normalize changing the baby's name after like because like sometimes the baby is born and the name doesn't suit the baby, you know, and like you need at least like a few weeks before like putting the official stamp on the birth certificate on what the name is, because usually when the baby's born in the hospital, that's when it's like officially set. And then to go through the process of changing the name is such a struggle bus.
Yeah.
So they were saying how there should be like a new law, and it should be called Wolf Law in honor of Kylie Jenner changing the name. But yeah, I do not know. Do you know the name or no?
I have no idea. I literally I'm confused. Like I'm as confused as everybody else at this point.
Yeah, I'm curious though.
But it's like, you know what bothers me? It's like when they're like it's not Wolf, but then they won't tell us what the name is. It's like it's not what you think it is, but we won't tell you what it is. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna make like a 20-minute YouTube video being like,
Yeah.
welcome our son to this world.
Welcome, Jake.
Yeah, welcome John.
Yeah, literally. Okay. Can we get to the juicy bit?
Okay, is that the Bridgerton bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Bridgerton came out on 25th of March, and I had this date saved for like ever since they announced like 2 months ago when it was. So I literally was waiting for this date, and then on 25th of March, my friend had a birthday, so I went to her birthday. I was really busy during the day, so I didn't obviously, you know.
Yeah.
Then I came home. I had to get ready to go to the birthday. Then I went to the birthday, and I came back from the birthday very late. Like I came back at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I literally kid you not. I immediately took off my makeup, whatever, sat down, started watching Bridgerton until 6 a.m. Because I was like, I waited for this date. Like, I will not.
How are you
Wait.
not exhausted?
Oh, I was exhausted the next day, but I was like, I've been waiting for this date for so long, I need to watch it. And since then, I've watched it 2 times, and the third time, I've watched all the Cantony moments. So to
So,
say that
I
I'm
think-
obsessed is an understatement. Also, today I'm wearing a corset in honor of Bridgerton.
I think you're the only person that I've met so far who has rewatched it and who's that obsessed with it, by the way. I really don't think people are like. I think the like. I think the general like standpoint on this is that season 1 was better than season 2.
Shut
Season no, people say season 2 was not bad. They say, but it was not amazing like season 1 was for most people, and I would have to agree with that actually.
What the fuck, Junya? Honestly, what the fuck? Season
What do you
one
mean? What
is
the fuck? Like,
season 1 is like horseshit compared to season 2.
are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
We should create a poll around this.
Oh, honestly, yes. I think, you know what? It's crazy because I think TikTok obviously knows us, right?
Yeah.
Like the algorithm. So on my For You page, it's literally everyone who's like, season 1 sucks, and like it's like all about like these Anthony stans and like Jonathan Bailey stans. Like my TikTok is like literally curated to this entirely now. And my Instagram actually. When I go on my For You page, it's literally just like Jonathan Bailey fan accounts.
Yeah.
Jonathan Bailey is the guy who plays the Viscount, by the way.
Yeah. And I mean, I personally.
What did you think? Like, what are your thoughts?
So I'll explain this. I think that for me to find a show like interesting is that I need to find at least one of the main characters really good looking, as in like attractive to me personally. I'm saying I think everybody on that show is good looking in their own way, but attractive physically to me.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's why season 1 hit more for people, because they were more generally physically attracted to like Simon and Daphne versus I think in this season I can definitely see how Anthony and Kate are like relatively attractive people, like good looking people, but I'm not attracted to them. Hence, I actually did not even binge the season. I think I would watch like one episode like every 2 days.
That is insane. I literally cannot believe it.
And then even finishing it took me like even finishing it, I finished it on the plane, but I was like struggling a little bit to finish it.
So you don't find Anthony hot in the show?
No. I mean, like, he's
insane.
he's definitely better looking than he was in season 1, but I don't find him hot.
Interesting.
Also, how tall is he? He's quite short, no?
I think she's just also very tall. Simone Ashley is really tall, and he's
really?
average height. Like, I think he's like 1.80
meters. 1.80 is not bad. That's quite tall.
I think
like,
she's just really tall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
But he looks like he could be, like, short, you know?
I think it's like when they put them together, it's, I don't know. I was obsessed. I am obsessed. I have what I call a Bridgerton hangover.
That's
where,
crazy.
like, after watching it, I became really sad because I was like, I am in love with the Viscount, and he's imaginary.
I know, I realized your TikToks were, like, all about him after that.
Yeah, they were. And Jonathan Bailey, who, by the way, I think this is another thing. When I watched Bridgerton season 1, then I watched interviews with the guy who plays the Duke. I didn't really vibe with his personality at all. I found him very pretentious. And then Jonathan Bailey, and when he did his interviews for season 2, is just such a sweetheart. And I think that added to it. And by the way, he is gay.
Yeah.
But that does not stop me from having a crush on him.
It doesn't, really. Like, you can have a crush on whoever you...
That does not stop me from going to his play, sitting first row, and making eyes at him.
What about Kate? Do you think that she's attractive?
You know, I didn't, but then the more I watched it, I do think she's attractive, and I followed her on Instagram, and I think she's very attractive now.
I think that, I agree, by the way, I think that she is attractive, but it definitely also took me a hot second for her to grow on me. I love when her hair is down, especially. I think she looks so good. But I also think because she was with her sister, who was, like, praised to be the, like, diamond of the season, and her sister is a really cute Indian girl. So I think when you compare the two, you're like, oh, the sister is prettier. But I think that they're both pretty in their own ways.
Yeah, no, they're very different. I mean, as all people are. But Simone Ashley also, I think, had because I don't know if you've ever seen the show Sex Education. She used to be in that. And she had a major, major glow up from that. So I think for me, the reason why I also didn't find her attractive at first, because I still associated her with that character. But then once I kind of started seeing, like, you know, her as Kate Sharma in the show, I forgot about the other character. And I was like, oh, actually, she's very good looking.
I've never watched Sex Education. Did you like it?
It's very quirky. I think, like, it's not for everybody. I don't know if you'd like it. It's like British. It's quirky. Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing, but it's good. But yeah, no, I think just to, like, tell you the extent, so I'm planning to go to, so Jonathan Bailey's in a play in London, so I'm planning to go to a show, and I'm trying to get tickets, like, really close to the stage so that I can, like, get a better view and maybe wink at him. Also, I have read the Bridgerton book that it's based on, just to know the differences. Yeah, I think, like...
You read the Bridgerton books?
Not all of them, just the one about the Viscount. But I know what happens in all of them, so I can, if people want spoilers, I can tell you.
You're crazy. I didn't know that it was based on books, by the way.
Yeah, Julia Quinn is, like, very famous. These Bridgerton books were really popular before the show. But you know, there are those books, you know, like the women of a certain age read in the airplane, and it's like kind of smutty and kind of like tacky.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those like with the long hair men on the cover.
Yeah.
It's that kind of genre. So it's really funny that like they made it into this really cool show. And I think it's really exciting that I think like Bridgerton is just becoming a world of its own. I don't know if you heard, but they're going to make prequels now about the Queen, Lady Danbury, and the Bridgerton's mom, like when they were young. Like a separate spin-off.
I'm literally not interested in that whatsoever.
I know, me neither, but it could be good. The actors are all really hot.
My question is that the reason why they have so many Bridgerton siblings is because every Bridgerton sibling is gonna get a love story or what?
Yeah.
Like every season for the Bridgerton?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so that's the whole idea.
Oh, so is Eloise next in line with
No, it's
Theo?
Benedict. So suppose in the books it's supposed to be Benedict.
Okay, but I
think
think it might be Eloise just from like the way.
I think it might be Colin for some reason.
Maybe it will be both Colin and Eloise. Eloise with her Theo guy, and Colin.
Eloise does not end up with Theo in the books, though. If I tell you who she ends up with, you're literally gonna. I don't know if I can say it. It's a spoiler, but everyone knows who it is.
Okay, don't tell me. I'm gonna read. I decided. I forgot. I should just do it.
But it's like the most random person you can think of who she ends up with in the books. I don't know if they're gonna stay true to it, but.
Wait, but he is in the TV show as well.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm actually excited. I don't even know that many people like.
And then Benedict is very different in the books, and the person he's supposed to end up with, we haven't seen her yet. And then Colin, I don't know. Should I say who he ends up with? Do people know?
Penelope?
Yeah.
He ends up with Penelope in the end?
Yeah.
I thought Eloise would be like against it and like shit on her, you know?
I don't know. I mean, it strays from the books a little bit, but overall, it's been pretty consistent.
So, is Lady Whistledown Penelope as well in the books?
I only read the second one, but she wasn't. No, she was just like a random society writer.
Interesting.
No one knew who it was.
Yeah,
but maybe they found out later. But in the book, I will say the difference is that, you know how in the TV show they really made it a love triangle?
Yeah.
In the books, it wasn't like that. Like, Edwina really didn't care about Anthony that much. Like, when her sister was like, oh, I'm marrying him, she was like, okay, yeah, you guys seem great.
Oh, was she not, like, about to marry him and everything in the books?
He wanted to, but actually, Kate and Anthony get married way earlier because in the books, when the bee sting incident happens, people walk in on them. And so they have to marry.
Isn't it insane, by the way, how back in the day, that's how it actually worked. Like, if you were caught with a man alone, you would have to marry him. Hell no. I'd be, like, walking around with a girl, like, 24/7, you know, with somebody.
Dude, it's insane. Like, but once you're married, you're a chaperone, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's insane. Do you think you'd do well in the Regency era?
No. You know, maybe I could actually if I was like from a good family because I love dressing up and I love like jewelry and stuff. So maybe I would really enjoy myself and like going to all these balls, and like maybe I would enjoy a slower pace of life and living more in the present. But I don't know how much I would enjoy like not having a lot of power over my future and like my career and money and everything as a woman.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I'm obsessed with that era in general.
Yeah, but would you be able to live in that?
You know, my favorite books are like Pride and Prejudice, and like that was the same time period.
Yeah.
But I like thought about it once, like imagine like a full day, and I was like, what the hell do? You imagine like all you do is embroider, read books.
Oh yeah.
And write letters to your friends that will reach them in like a week.
No, that's what I'm saying. But maybe, you know what? You're saying that now, but like, what if we would enjoy that slower pace of life?
I don't think I would.
You don't think you would? I have a feeling maybe I'd really vibe with that. My Taurus sun
maybe
will be like enjoying itself.
I hate doing household stuff in general, though, so...
Oh, no, but you wouldn't be doing... Oh, you mean like embroider? No, I feel like I would love that, you know? Like, you know me, like I like cooking and all this stuff. But I definitely would not... No, I would only want to live there if I was a part of like the wealthiest family there. And like, And if I was a part of the generation where they would not overthrow my family, I could just live a good life.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Anyways, so wait, but also remember you said, is Benedict bisexual in the end? Or you don't know? You don't know.
Oh, in the books he's not. But I feel like in the show they like gave him that vibe.
Yeah, they prelude to it as if he might be, you know, because he's so like interesting.
Or just like he always has these weird long gazes with males.
Yeah.
And also he's an artist. I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype, but like.
Yeah, that is fair. Anyways, I'm happy you enjoyed season 2. I feel like maybe not many did. Wait, but
there are many of us out there actually.
Last point, what do you think of Penelope as a character?
I like her. I think she adds spice. I think like her scenes are sometimes way too long. I'm like, I don't care. Show me Cantony. But I think it adds spice. I like it. And you know she's meant to be Khloe Kardashian. Like based on Khloe Kardashian.
Really?
Yeah, so the Featheringtons are modeled after the Kardashians, and the Bridgertons are modeled after the Kennedys. And so Nicola Coughlan, like her character, Penelope, is meant to be like Khloe, kind of like overlooked, but really smart, really sensitive.
My God. Wait, is this for sure? Or are you like, is it just like a pop culture theory?
Well, the Khloe Kardashian is a pop culture theory, but that they're based on Kardashians' Kennedys, no, that's confirmed. The show creator said that he modeled the Featheringtons on Kardashians because they're very like ambitious and like very loud, and they wear like these really loud colors, whereas the Bridgertons are so high class and classy. They're like the Kennedys, and even the clothes they wear is like very pastel, very light colors because they don't need to try hard.
Yeah, because they're the Bridgertons.
The Bridgertons, yeah.
Well, I love the Kennedys anyways, but as in like I had the biggest like that could be a topic of conversation for another podcast, but okay. From 1 to 10, what would you rate this season?
I mean,
for you it's 12, okay? We already realized that.
I think, okay, I'll preface this. If you like a enemies to lovers scenario and a slow burn, then this is for you. Yeah,
I think. Oh, I guess Pride and Prejudice also has that vibe.
Exactly. Yeah.
Anyways, I would say that I would give it maybe like I would say maybe season 1 I would give an 8.
Okay.
Or a 9. And then just because I think I like shows that captivate me, and I feel like season 1 Bridgerton really did that. For this one, I think I would give it like a solid 4 or 5. It's like a slap in the face.
It's like a knife to the heart, Johnny.
It's as if I'm Will Smith and you're Chris Rock.
Literally, I'm like...
Yeah, but it is what it is. Okay, we let's create a poll.
We'll create a poll.
Guys, comment who you think, which season you think is better, season 1 or season 2 of Bridgerton. How about that?
If you vote for season 1, I will look who voted, and I will come to your house and slap you.
Okay, she will not do that, but she will probably get aggravated slightly.
If you want more Bridgerton spoilers, let me know.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for tuning into our show.
Thank you, guys. Let us know what you think about the celebrity recap, by the way.
Yeah, let us... Yeah, honestly, we're always open to feedback. So
you told us microphones, we got microphones.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.